Hollywood where the light shines bright, and the man with the cleanest shoes is king, and the spiritually bankrupt let their God out of a box, and we stand and we stare and we sing, and the church screams with anti-conformity, so sit down and stand up when we tell you to. Do as I say and not as I do, 'cause it would be a sin to remain like you. 3,000 churches on the streets of every town, and they lock themselves inside and they don't come out, and the Free Corp Club, they just smile and frown at me. I should have known that this was just moral supremacy, and the church screams with anti.
Well, hey guys, thanks for coming in and watching us live today. We're really super excited to do a Q&A with everybody. Hopefully this video will turn out much better than the last live Q&A we tried to do. So thanks everybody for coming in. Ariane had to get called into work after we already scheduled our live video this evening. So she's super bummed not to be here because we kind of really worked and set this up today. You know, so, and she really wanted to answer some questions, especially about her norovirus video that she had done. So what we're going to do is we're going to answer some questions that have been posted on our YouTube channel lately. And we're going to answer those. And then if you guys have any questions, go ahead and chime in those live. We really super appreciate if, you know, if you guys could ask some questions. Ask us anything, really. I mean, ask us anything. It makes no difference, whether it's about backpacking or the Airstream or about our lives. We're an open book. It really, ask us anything. And then we've got some updates to share with you guys, and I'll let you know where we're going to be in May, because I think a lot of you are going to be there. But if not, we're going to tell you where we're going to be with our Airstream. Hopefully, I think our launch date is in the middle of May, and we're pretty excited about going there. We're going to be doing our Trust the Trail podcast there live, and we're going to invite a bunch of friends, and we're going to have a big party. So we'll be doing that podcast live, and then we'll also be doing a live show on Facebook and on YouTube for you also. So that is going to be in the middle of May, and I'll let you guys know where that specifically is. So, so anyway, thanks for coming in and watching. Really super appreciate that. Again, if you have any questions, go ahead and just ask away. I've got the chat program running right now. And so no problem. So let's get to it. I set this up. There we go. Let's see. Let's get to the first question. So the first question is about the video I did on the biodegradable. What is the best toilet paper that you can bring backpacking? And so the question was, is biodegradable any different than from water solvent or water desolvent? Actually, yes and no. So thanks for asking that question. Biodegradable gets a little confusing with composting a little bit. So biodegradable is anything that just kind of like disintegrates and turns into a natural organic part of nature. Okay, so it came from nature and it's going back into nature. Okay, that's biodegradable. It's going to dissolve and organically conform with all the natural elements. Composting is kind of really the same thing, but it adds nutrients into the ground, so it's beneficial to the ground. Water desolvent is usually a chemical reaction with water that helps both biodegradable and composting, but sometimes there's a chemical in there, whether it's a natural chemical, could be salt. And so normally if you get your wag bags and you go out into the wilderness, they've got a chemical reaction in there and you pour it in there and it helps biodegrade that, and turns it into just really a biodegradable material. So there is really kind of no difference, but there's a slight difference, and sometimes that there's a solution there that helps that. So that's very cool. Thanks for asking that question. The next question we got is from holy crap, you guys. Thanks. What about the wag bag? So they ask about the wag bags. Should you carry when you have to carry it, pack it in, pack it out? Do you actually take your waste and where do you put it? And yes, you would put it in a wag bag, because the whole wag bag in of itself is biodegradable. And that question comes also from our RV. What is the best toilet paper? We found out it was Scott's RV toilet paper that disintegrates the most. If you haven't watched that video, we did kind of an experiment on what is the best toilet paper that disintegrates out in the backcountry. And so that's where that question came from. So yes, you would not put it in a Ziploc bag, because Ziploc bags are not, they don't break down at all. And so if you're going to pack it in, pack it out, you would put that in a wag bag for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you for asking that question for sure. And let's see. Next question is from, and I think that's from Stan Man. Yeah. Great video. Enjoy the video. Oh, so Stan asked about the like when you're out backpacking and you have to dig a cat hole, and you're gonna go number 2 in a cat hole. What if your ground is frozen? Well, that's a really super good question. I would say that that's part of the whole plan and prepare, and kind of get a feeling of where you're going to go. So, and I know Stan lives very close to the Appalachian Trail. So in that, if you're going to take the Appalachian Trail, for example, you would, look at the weather conditions. What's going to be most common on the trail for that time that you're going to be backpacking? So if it's going to be in the winter, most time on the AT, even if it's in the winter and the ground is frozen, there are so many places on the trail that you still have a lot of leaves and you have a lot of soft dirt. Even if it snows, the snow actually acts as an insulator on the ground, and it's still probably going to be able to dig a pretty good hole in there. But that's all part of your planning and preparing. Know where you're going to go, know where the terrain, what the terrain is going to be. Let's say you're backpacking and you find out it's going to be all rock, or it's going to be all there's not going to be soft ground on there. So in that case, you would carry wag bags, and you would have to practice pack it in, pack it out. So yeah, frozen ground is definitely a pack it in, pack it out situation, but also you're probably going to be a little bit more prepared for what the weather conditions are and what the terrain is going to be that you're going to be backpacking in. Absolutely, for sure, that's all part of the preparation. So Stan, thanks for asking that question. That was very cool. I hope I answered that correctly, but most of the time you're going to know where you're going to go. So let's see. So the next question is really appreciate these questions. That question is from, let's see. That is for that's for the norovirus question. So thank you so much for asking that question. What is some of the water filters that you could carry that would prevent the norovirus? That's a really good question. Sawyer has come out with a couple different new water filters that supposedly would help contain the norovirus or certain kinds of bacteria. They also claim that they can filter out some pesticides. I would totally stay clear of those because I don't think those are tried and true. Those are new on the marketplace. The water filtration business is a very competitive business, and that goes all the way from tap water and hooking up a carbon filter on your faucet to backpacking water filtration systems. It's very competitive. I would wait until that has been out on the market for a few years, and places like Outdoor Gear Lab and some other reputable gear testing companies, really test that and test a lot of different pesticides. I mean, there's a million different pesticides out there. And so I'd be really, really super leery of buying that product and thinking, yeah, I'm good to go. I can drink anything out there. I usually rate water with like A, B, C, D, and F. And so A is really good. F, I wouldn't touch with any kind of water filter at all. And so that's how I grade my water. And so that usually kind of dictates what process of how I'm going to filter that water will work with me. So for the norovirus in particular, it's not all about water filtration. If you watch that video that Ariane did, it's really about contaminating things. So all the filters in the world could help prevent that virus. But if someone touches you and they haven't washed their hands properly, and then they've got the norovirus on their hand, they shake your hand, and then you eat or whatever, you eat an apple, right? Then you've just contaminated yourself. So water filtration is just a very tiny, small part of that prevention. So I'd be leery about. I would be very leery on completely relying on water filters for that particular virus, for sure. So that's a really good question. Let's see. Then this question is, let's see. So this question, I really appreciate that. So I just did a video on what if you get lost and how to build a shelter, a quick shelter, down and dirty shelter, if you have to spend the night in the woods in the backcountry. And I had a little bag with me that I carried. And so his question was, would have been nice to see what was in all that little bag. And that's a great question. I kind of thought I maybe explained that, but it's really very quickly. It's the emergency blanket. It's my tarp, my 2mm tarp, and you can actually get thinner millimeter tarp, and it would work fine too. I usually carry a 10x12, sometimes a 12x12 plastic tarp that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot. I carry ibuprofen. I carry Benadryl, and I carry a fire starter. And so if you saw that video, I tested a new type of fire starter called Quick Fire, and that goes in there too. So it's really basically fire starter, fire, the ability to get a good fire shelter, and just in case I get stung, or just in case I, like if I twist an ankle or something, I have the ibuprofen. And that's really about all that's in that bag. I could probably put a little extra stuff in there, but I think that would be a really good video to do for like an emergency kit, or something that, like combine that into like a first aid kit type of situation for sure. I think that's a great idea, and I will try to do that in the next couple of weeks. And then this, great question. Thank you so much for the Airstream comment. I love when people are interacting with the Airstream videos. You have no idea how much work we've put into those things. So, yeah, people can get a little critical on YouTube, but that's okay. Keep up the work, good work. Really appreciate that comment. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Airstream is really moving along. We just were there. I was there for 4 days this last week and just came back from it. And just definitely coming along for sure. We just started building the wall with, we've got these pallets that we've done. So we picked up some pallets in Atlanta, brought them to a farm in Milton, cut them, sanded them, and then put them on our wall. And they really look good. So we're very close to finishing the inside of the Airstream, and then all we have to do is really paint and do some things on the outside, and we're ready to go. So that's where I think we're going to be ready in May. So really super appreciate all those comments. Hope I answer your questions okay. Really super appreciate that. If you are just watching the show and you're coming in, I see Richard, Kerbob, John Phillips, best hikes close to Kennesaw, Georgia. Also, there's been hiking clubs. Oh man, John, we've got like 70 hiking clubs in northern Georgia. I would go to meetup.com and just, pick your flavor. There's all kinds of hiking clubs out here. There are Kennesaw in itself. Kennesaw Mountain has some great hiking trails around there, but from Kennesaw, you might as well just keep going north. I mean, the Appalachian Trail is only about an hour and maybe 30 minutes away from there. And so then you're in northern Georgia, and you have some great hikes up there. Again, meetup.com is the best place to go and find hiking groups out there. And they go all over the place. They go to Red Top Mountain, Pine Mountain, and Kennesaw is right over there. So there's a lot of different areas to go to. So anyway, thanks for asking those questions. Really super appreciate that. So let me give you some updates on what is going on with where Ariana and I are going to be in May. So we're going to be in Damascus, Virginia, the second week end of May for trail days. And we're hoping we're going to have the Airstream with us. So we're going to be doing a live podcast, possibly in either Tent City, or we're going to be once again at the Damascus Brewery. We're still working out the details. I'd rather have it at the Damascus Brewery, to be honest with you. And so we're going to be doing our live podcast, Trust the Trail, which is really doing well. And I appreciate everybody from our podcast that has been subscribing to our YouTube channel. Really super appreciate that. And we're getting emails all the time from that. Our podcast, by the way, is reaching almost 1,000 downloads a week, which we're very grateful for. We never thought it would get that high, but we're very grateful for that. And so we're going to be doing a live podcast at Trust the Trail. We're also going to be doing a live show in either Tent City or the Damascus Brewery on the YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. And we're going to be introducing a new product to do that. We have partnered with a company that is going to enable us to do live streams from our cell phones. But what they do is they combine two wireless carriers at the same time, combine the signal, and let you go live. So that's a really cool product that we're going to show everybody during that live stream. And we're very excited because Damascus, Virginia, really only has two carriers. It's Verizon and T-Mobile, right? Well, we have AT&T. So that does not work for us. So normally we're hunting around for Wi-Fi when we're in Damascus. This year we won't have to do that. And so we're going to put our live show together. So we're going to be in Damascus, Virginia for the entire trail days. Hopefully we'll have the Airstream there. And what we're going to do is if we get our Airstream done and it's parked and we're ready to go, we are going to give away a raffle ticket for somebody to spend the night in a 1976 completely redone vintage Airstream. And we hope it's a through hiker, to be honest with you, so we can kind of take them off the trail. They can get a hot shower, sleep in a nice bed, have a cup of coffee in the morning, and get away from the noise of trail days and have a little solitude off the trail. So we're going to be doing that in Damascus. And then from there, we go up to Mount Rogers Recreation Area. We're going to do like a 3-night, 4-day backpacking trip, and you are more than welcome to come. We're going to post that on our website, BackpackerTV. And so just look for those events, and those will be up there. We had a blast in the Okefenokee. And people that listen to our podcast came to that. So that was really cool. And so then we have the Airstream. So like I said, that is going really well. Super, super excited about that almost being done. I am leaving this weekend. We're going up to Raleigh, North Carolina with a friend of mine. And so then Ariana is going to go and work on the Airstream by herself. And we just picked out our curtains and our fabrics for the couch and for the windows this weekend. And we're having a blast. So anyway, thank you so much for joining. I know it's a quick video, but I definitely want to make sure that we're bringing content to you at least 2 to 3 times a week if we can, whether it's recorded or whether it's live. It doesn't make any difference to us. We just want to make sure that we're coming to you and we're talking to our outdoor community so you can let us know what you want to see. If you have questions, we love answering questions right away on our YouTube channel. We usually don't wait, but sometimes, life just gets hectic and we miss some questions and we want to come back and reround and answer those questions for you because you're important to us. We also have different videos on our Patreon page. So if you're not a member of Patreon, please come on and support us. We really would super appreciate that. We have special videos and special podcasts just for our Patreon members. And that's about it. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to our YouTube channel. Really, really super appreciate that. Really super appreciate the love. I know we're a small channel. I know we don't have a lot of things, big 10,000, 12,000 subscribers, but our goal at the end of April is to have 2,000 subscribers. And we'd really super appreciate your help if you could help us get that by spreading the word and getting ready to enjoy the ride as we go backpacking all over the country, coming very soon, coming very, very soon. And we cannot wait to bring that content to you guys. We cannot wait to do that. So thank you. Night Squats also, what is your favorite non-essential item you won't hit the trail without? That's a really good question. What is your most non-essential item that you won't hit the trail without? I mean, it's probably, I would have to say it's probably coffee. I absolutely love waking up in the morning and having coffee in the morning, especially when I'm out in the mountains watching a sunrise. I get up early. I love watching sunrises. And so I would get up early in the morning, make myself a cup of coffee. And I would have to say it's definitely coffee for sure. Yeah, and that borders the line between essential and non-essential. It's almost essential for me, I guess. Ariana, I think would probably say the same thing. We multi-use our gear a lot, so a lot of our gear we use for different things. But probably for sure it'd be coffee. I guess I could probably say my MSR Flex Skillet cooking pan because I love to cook. That probably would be non-essential, but absolutely. So thank you so much for that question. Again, thank you guys for chiming in, asking questions. We really hope you guys join our channel, subscribe, and just comment on below to this post. If you guys want to see specific videos, if you have something you want to see, if you guys have a critique, because that's fine. That's how we learn. If you guys want to see us do something else, just let us know on this post. And so that gives us ideas of what you guys want to see. It's not really what we want to provide for you all the time. It's what our outdoor community wants to learn or wants to see from us, and we're happy to do that for you guys. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you guys coming in. And method of preparing coffee, real quick, method is definitely I use Folgers tea bags. Either that or I just pour Starbucks instant coffee in there. I'm not a really big fan of Starbucks, but the Folgers, I double bag, I take 2 tea bags, and that's it. That's my method. It's good coffee, and it's real coffee. So it's not that instant stuff. It's actually real instant. I mean, it's real coffee. So that's probably that's my coffee, Folgers tea bag coffee. So I've been using those probably for 12 years, I would think. Absolutely. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much, and we will see you. We'll see you on the trail. If you have any questions about trail days, let us know on that post, and we'll answer them for you. We'll see you later. Bye.